Why are we so undesired when it comes to marriage?
All right, guys, we got to talk about this interesting story from this black woman who pretty much is wondering why are black women undesirable when it comes to marriage. Now, it seems like this is pretty much a circular conversation. You know, you're always having it. However, there's no sort of resolution. Now, I think we know why, where one of the parties in the equation is lacking the accountability. Now, with this particular content creator, it seems like her heart is in the right place because looking at her content, it seems like she genuinely wants to help women potentially get married. Okay, now I don't know her from a can of paint, so don't take my word for it. However, it seems like she's one of the good ones where she's genuine and really wants to find a resolution for black women. Let's go ahead and roll this clip. Let's take a look.
This message is for black women and black women only. Answer this question. So statistics show that only 26% of black women will marry in their lifetime from any race. 26% of black women will marry in their lifetime. My question is, why do you guys think that is? Why do we have such low marital rates? And I'm not talking about black women marrying black men. I'm talking about men of all race wanting or desiring to marry a black woman. Why are we so undesired when it comes to marriage? Now, I know there's percentage who don't want to be married, right? But there's a large percent of women, black women, who want to be married. But again, why is that the case? Why is that? You know, I think if we start to really sit down and think about why statistics are what they are, they're not there for just for just any reason, right? There's reasons behind it, and I think that there's a plethora of reasons, and from my opinion, of why I believe that those statistics are what they are and why we are the lowest. You know, we have the lowest marital rates as black women. But I want to hear from you ladies. What do you think, and why do you think that's the case as to why we are where we are when it comes to being, you know, chosen for marriage?
All right, guys, so there you have it. Okay, so she poses a question, and to my surprise, there were actually black women that were responding in her comment section and actually holding themselves accountable and coming up with reasons why that is the case. All right, so let's go ahead and check out some of these comments and what they had to say. First commenter says, attitude, uncooperative, don't listen, lead with their education and money. All right, so next commenter says, I wonder what the correlation is between the percentage of those unmarried with being single moms and or if they had a present active father. All right, so next commenter says, we are satisfied with peace. It's not worth it. Having a husband is not top tier. All right, so the content creator responded and said, is it peace or selfishness? Black women are not requiring marriage. These comments are based on stereotypes and not real life. Not every black woman act like the ones on TV. Pretty interesting comment section, to say the least. Now, the next clip is going to be a bitter modern woman who pretty much wants her unalive, which is pretty disturbing and pretty evil. Okay, I wouldn't even wish that on my worst enemy, never mind a complete stranger. Okay, because apparently the sisterhood is not having it when it comes to accountability.
Remember I told you that the mindset of a black woman really scares me? Let me show y'all why. This woman right here, Chanel, this is the message that I received last night. This disgusting, just what type of person in your mind, because you don't agree with my stance, you don't want to hear what I have to say, and instead of just not following me, not engaging, in your mind, this is what you do. But we want to always talk about how aggressive and terrifying black men are. But look at how black women, look at this. Read it for yourself. It's sad and it's so disheartening because I don't think anything I have ever said deserves this type of response. But again, unfortunately, this is like this type of person to be raised this way, or whatever, however you were brought up or what you've been through. This person needs help. It's insane. I'm a human being. I have feelings. Did that message really bother me? Absolutely. But at the same time, it makes me sad because it proves my point as to how much work and how like bad it is out here for us as black women and how we conduct ourselves and behave. It's just, it's sad. We got to do better, y'all.
All right, guys. So there you have it. Okay. The message was so disturbing that I had to block out damn near majority of it. Okay. Like, what would incentivize somebody to want to write a message like that is beyond me. It truly is. Okay. The evil really comes out when you're holding these particular modern women's feet to the fire. It really does. And, you know, shout outs to the content creator for kind of rolling with the punches, because as content creators, we take a lot of heat. Okay. We got a lot of messages, a lot of stuff behind the scenes that the user doesn't see. Okay. That's a snippet of what actually happens behind the scenes. So shout outs to her. But the next clip is going to be the nail in the coffin. If she got that message for the video that I played initially at the beginning of this video here, yeah, she's going to be getting a lot more messages, because she's basically saying that modern women should not be hiding behind God. Okay. God is not the reason why you're failing in life.
Ladies, please stop blaming God for your poor choices. I think we often hear women talk about why their life is the way it is because that's what God wanted for me, or why they don't have this or that because that's not what God wanted for me, right? So we talk about, you know, being mothers, being wives, just families. Do we not think that God wanted families? You think that God intended for us to be out here in our communities just acting wild and doing whatever we wanted and creating broken homes? Do we really seriously think that's what God wanted for us? And I think so many women, when they talk about marriage, to avoid accountability, we throw it on God. So instead of saying, let me do the work, I'm going to just say, he ain't sent my husband to me. Okay, but what if he did and you missed him because you didn't do the work? But instead, what do we say? Well, God, he didn't do it yet. He could have, and you missed it. I just really want women to start taking accountability and stop using God as your crutch. Stop trying to put it on God and take away you doing the work to change, to do better, right? Timing is everything. Everything is in God's timing. Everything. But we have to stop trying to find a way to normalize our dysfunction and then put it on God and just say, well, that's what God wanted for me. It's a lie. No, he didn't.
If you're going to compete in the Victim Olympics and expect handouts and people to understand where you're coming from or where you've been, so on and so forth, the world doesn't know you understanding. Okay. You actually have to put the work in and achieve the things that you want. Okay. You got to reach out and grab it. And I think a lot of these modern women are told that they're special. You know, you're pretty, you're beautiful. It's a right, sis. Pretty much the world is coddling to their feelings and emotions, and they're not really holding them accountable. Okay. So for a black woman to not compete in the Victim Olympics and actually have some sense to what she's saying, you know, that appears to be a foreign concept, because she's receiving unalive threats from other women, which is truly fascinating. It really is, because from a guy perspective, if my boy's fat or he's not in shape or he ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing, I'm gonna call that shit out. If I'm not doing something that I'm not supposed to be doing, he's gonna be calling me out. Okay, we have the friend that I'm referring to, we have a great relationship like that where it's the brutal, honest truth. And I think we need to have that on both sides in order to get closer to the resolution of family. Okay, because when you look at any community, you need family. Okay, family, in my opinion, is the backbone, is the structure to any foundation when you're talking about community and growing. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more content. And until next time.